Well, the convener of Integration Summit Group Nigeria, Ekiyor, joins me now via Skype from Abuja to discuss the rising spate of insecurity across the country. Good to have you on TVC News at 7 at this time. So yes, recently the president gave a stern warning to the service chiefs to deal decisively with the insecurity challenges in the country, saying that excuses will no longer be tolerated. But what do you make of the government's handling of the security challenges and despite its efforts in nipping this in the bud?
Yeah, thank you and good evening. I think that warning was long overdue. Nigerians have waited for that stern warning and that kind of commander-in-chief's response to the situation. While I commend the Nigerian Armed Forces for what they're doing, I think that they need to re-strategize to resolve this banditry issue and attack from ISIS and Boko Haram. We are a country of over 200 million persons with capacity, both intellectually and courage to do things. What I've seen lately is that the strategy which the military is using is more propaganda and actual warfare with the bandits. So they try to tell us that they're doing a whole lot, but the backlash that we get from these ragtag bandits, it's something that is worrisome. They've moved in from Borno all the way to now Katsina and Kano, and all of those regions are suffering setbacks that is beginning to make citizens feel jittery. It means that we're losing territories technically to bandits. And this is our country. What happened to our border, as it were? So the military strategy needs to be pushing back to the borderlines and blocking it completely from insurgents, and then closing out those who are within and then smoke them out. So long as those people can continue to move in through the border, they'll continue to reinforce. It's not enough to blow up one point and the other point skeletally. We have to cut them off from the system completely. If it needs to rejig the army, the service chiefs, the commander-in-chief needs to do what it has to do to ensure that our country, the sovereignty of our country is not compromised. Right now, as I speak to you, other countries probably be laughing at us. This can't happen in a country that went to Sierra Leone, to Liberia, to Eritrea, to South Sudan, to help resolve issues. In a country that went to Gambia to restore democracy. This country has capacity beyond what we're seeing.
Yeah, in all that you've said, quite taken, those points are quite taken. But in the short term, what do you think could be done? Because lives are lost on a daily basis, where we have attacks on a frequent reports on attacks in the north. What are the short-term solutions to addressing this situation headlong?
Okay, so first, I think the military must now be in the offensive, not in the defensive anymore. They must be in the offensive. They must go confront. Don't wait to be confronted. They must be in the offensive and put these criminals on their toes 24/7. And then I think there must be a complete partnership between communities, everybody in every community, and the Joint Task Force, so that we have people able to defend themselves. The police must get involved. The communities must get involved. People are able to defend themselves against all these bandits, no matter where they're coming from. It means that citizens must begin to behave like those in Israel who are trained to defend themselves. The military needs to get involved and train citizens to be able to take responsibility for their own security within their communities and then give the required support in the short term. But I have said what we need to do, we have to be on the offensive perpetually until we get these guys out of our borderlines.
All right, and that's a fine place to leave it. Convener of Integration Summit Group Nigeria, Ekiyor, thank you for your insights on TVC News at 7.